Have you ever experienced a trauma in your life? Like something that really shook you? And let me give you a little hint here. It doesn't have to be like a big, huge, gnarly thing. Um, when we're little, oftentimes you see little children take toys away from each other, right? And the other one is left distraught. That can be a trauma if not fully processed and released by the human experiencing it. Now, obviously, this is not to diminish or to take away from any other trauma that we would all consider big and huge and significant. But it is to validate that any time that we have an experience that we do not fully process the feelings and emotions from that trauma and release them, then there is a good chance that they are stuck somewhere inside of us. From the very beginning of our existence in this lifetime to even being able to have them passed down through generations. They're there if they haven't been released because we've experienced it all. So the second part of my question my question for this video is, what is emotion code and is it for me? So if you have ever experienced a trauma, then I would I would propose a theory that emotion code could help you to process this trauma and release it so that your body can return to homeostasis and begin to heal. So, emotion code. It is an energy technique that is used to seek out and release these traumas, these negative emotions, negative patterns of emotions, even generational ones, like I said, even ones that go in and build a heart wall, which is an energetic wall that we build around our hearts to protect ourselves. But there becomes a point where they become toxic, where they become repelling against others loving us the way we would love to be loved, and us loving other people the way we can love them. So emotions are big and huge, and they can cause all kinds of problems in our emotional health and our mental health and our physical health and our spiritual health, in attracting success, in pretty much any aspect you can think of. There's potentially an energetic underlying that is playing a part that might be preventing you from success. So, emotion code is the technique that I use to determine these emotions that are trapped in different parts of the body from different experiences. And how I find that is by using muscle testing, which there are many, many, many different types of muscle testing. The one I personally use most of the time, now I do play around with some of the other ones sometimes, but the one I use most of the time because it's been the most accurate for me is linking your two fingers together. So these two fingers, but we're going to link them together. And when it's a yes answer, it's strong. When it's a no, it slides apart. Now, if you're like I was in the beginning, when I first saw that, I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I can make my finger come apart. When you're doing it properly, with the right intention, your fingers are not coming apart if it's a strong, good yes. Now, why does this work? The subconscious mind is our record keeper. And so our subconscious records everything that's ever happened in our lives, and even our generations above us. So even our lineage. So when I am muscle testing or when I'm working with someone, I will ask, and there's a chart of emotions. that's come up with this. The program was developed by a chiropractor named Dr. Bradley Nelson, and he created this chart that's different. It's a column A and a column B, and then different rows, and in different rows is different emotions. So I follow this chart out, and I'll muscle test to find out, and there's a way of elimination and all of that. But I'll find out which emotion is relating to the issue at hand that you're having. So, or that I'm having. I use this on myself often, on my family, on my friends, on my pets. It's so really cool how it can be used on all things, because all things are energy, you know. So anyway, emotions are energy. And when we can release these negative emotions, we can return our bodies to that state of homeostasis so that they can heal themselves. So I don't necessarily heal anything. I facilitate releasing of emotions that are stuck in your energy system. So remember, the body has its own energy system. The chakras are specific parts of that system that work and function. They line up with the endocrine system. If you don't know about the chakras, or you're thinking, oh, she's talking new age, seriously, check it out. They line up with the endocrine system. And it's so amazing the way we were created. But in these systems, within this system, different emotions can get stuck also. So that is, in short, how it all works. I'm not sure if I've answered your question. So if you have extra questions, please let me know. And I will do the best that I can to answer them. But that is in in a very concise way of putting what is the emotion code. So it's the system of discovering, identifying emotions that are stuck in you from some sort of past trauma, some sort of past event that we registered as a negative thing. And the negative emotions will vibrate lower, so causing that dam effect, as if, you know, there was a dam in water, preventing the water from flowing. That's how these emotions get stuck in us and prevent our energy from flowing properly. So, again, if you have more questions, please let me know.